So welcome you all for the whole online classes. We are discussing the chapter thermal properties of matter, and the topic is heat transmission. Yesterday we completed level 2 questions. So today it starts level 3 questions. Okay. So level 3 question number 1. The ends of the metal rod of length 40 centimeters are maintained at a temperature 100 degrees and 20 degrees Celsius respectively. At steady state condition, the temperature at a point which is at a distance 30 centimeters from the hot end of the rod. Same model is solved in level 2 also. But one more question we got it. One rod given, rod total length is given it as, so L value is equal to 40 centimeters. This is 40 centimeters. One end of the rod is maintained at 100 degrees Celsius. The other end is maintained at 20 degrees Celsius. They are asking us to calculate the temperature at a point which is at a distance how much? 30 centimeters from the hot end. So already in this case in steady state, I will write with a direct step in steady state. So rate of heat transfer will be same. So what can I write? If I call it as A, if I call it as B, then in steady state heat flowing across AB in a time T will be same as that of heat flowing across which one? AB in the same time T. Correct? So then what I get? QAB value formula. QAB given by, so thermal conductivity value will be C. K into area A into temperatures are given by theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by, so L value will be of 40 centimeters will be equal to QAP value K into A into, so what can I write? That is theta 1 minus theta 1. Can I call the temperature is theta 1? So divide by how much? 30 centimeters. So Ka value, Ta value cancel. 0, 0 cancel. What is theta 1 minus theta 2? 100 minus 20 by 4 is equal to theta 1 value 100 minus theta 1 value we don't know by 3. So what I get here? 80 divided by 4 is equal to 100 minus theta 0 divided by how much? 3. 4 ones are 4 20s. That is cross multiply 100 minus theta 0 is 16. So theta 0 value is 100 minus 16, which value given by theta 0 is how much? So 40 degrees Celsius. Understood? What is theta 0? The temperature at a point which is at a distance 30 centimeters from the hot end. Same model. Whenever if they ask, so when two rods are connected in series also, if they ask to calculate the temperature of the interface, we will apply the same formula. In steady state, the rate of heat flow will be C. This is question number 1. Next, question number 3. In this model also I discussed in level 2. What is this question number 3 is two bars of equal length and same cross-sectional areas but different thermal conductivities K1 and K2 joined end to end. Same model question. One end of the composite bar is maintained at a temperature T1, whereas the opposite end TH hot end, opposite end is at a temperature Tc. If there is no heat loss from the sides of the bar, the temperature T1 of the junction in steady state is given. Two rods are joined in series. Okay, na? Two rods length value C. So this is also equal to L. This is also equal to L. The length of the two rods are C. Clear? So thermal conductivities are not C. First rod K1, second rod K2. The first rod maintained at a temperature TH, hot end, and this is cold end. They are asking us to calculate what is the temperature of the interface. The interface temperature is given by T. Okay, Nana? So then in this state, steady state. In steady state. Directly we know the formula for interface. So you can write directly, otherwise in steady state. So what can I write? So in steady state, so rate of heat flow, if I call it as A, this is B and this is C. So heat transfer across AB is equal to heat transfer across DC in the given same time. So what is QAB given by QAB value K1. Area of cross section value same or not? So same cross sectional areas and same length. K1 into A into so TH minus TN by length value will be given by L is equal to so K2 into so A into so what is the temperature Ti minus Tc divided by how much now L. So L value cancel, A value cancel. Simplify this, so what I will get K1 into TH minus K1 into Ti will be equal to K2 into Ti minus K1 into Tc. Sentence is K1 that is K2 into Tc. So then K1 into TH plus K2 into Tc is equal to K1 into Ti plus K2 into Ti. So what is the value of Ti given by Ti is equal to K1 into TH plus K2 into Tc divided by so K1 plus K2. Correct or so which option? Option number 4. Directly also, whenever two rods are connected in this one parallel, there is a formula series. There is a formula for interface temperature given by K1 theta 1 L2 plus K2 theta 2 L1 divided by K1 into L2 plus K2 into L1. You can remember this. We derived it. Directly you can calculate whenever two rods are in series. The formula for temperature in the interface. But here you should take T1 value is TH, theta 1 value is TH, theta 2 value is TC, and what is the value of L1 is equal to L2. You will get the same answer. If you know this formula, so this problem would have solved still fastly. The only thing you need to remember when you go through the concepts properly. So without concept also you can solve this problem. With the formula also you can solve it properly. When you know the formula properly, then what happens? So you can solve the problem in a less time. So this is the question number 3rd. Okay now? So next question. Question number 5th one. Important model. So what is this question number 5th one is? Cubical vessel of side value given it as 10 centimeters. One cubical vessel is there. That cubical vessel. So what is the side value? Side value of L is equal to 10 centimeters. Okay now? The cubical vessel of side length value thickness 10 centimeters. Filled with ice at 0 degrees. Immersed in hot water. So 180 is maintained. It is completely immersed in hot bath. When it is completely immersed in hot bath, now what they are telling, this is like a thickness like this. Now thickness is given it as, so if the thickness of the walls, thickness value can equal D value 0.2 centimeters, and the thermal conductivity given it as K, so K value 0.02 Celsius units. Now the density of the ice given it as rho is 0.9 gram by cc. Asking us to calculate which one, how much quantity, the mass of the ice which is, so time taken for the total ice to melt. Question clear? One cubical vessel is there. That vessel length value given, thickness is given, thermal conductivity given. It is initially filled with ice at a temperature of 0 degrees. So surrounding it is kept in a hot bath of temperature 100 degrees. So what is the temperature? Outside temperature theta 1 is 100 degrees Celsius. Inside temperature theta 2 is 0 degrees Celsius. So what is the rate of heat flow formula? Q by T. Q by T is equal to K into A into theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by so D. Here instead of length we will call it as thickness. What is the thickness? Now actually what happened? So heat will be escaping from the that hot box. So when heat is escaping, for example, if it is cubical means three-dimensional diagram. So what about the cubicle? In this, what they are telling is heat is escaping. For escaping the heat, what we need to consider? The thickness of the walls we need to consider. That thickness value we call it as D. Okay, now cube. But remember, for a cube there are how many phases are there? 6 phases are there. So heat will be escaped from one phase or 6 phases or 6 phases. That's why here the formula 6 into K into E into theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by T. Okay now, then Q value is equal to 6 into K into E into theta 1 minus theta 2 into T divided by T. This heat supplied utilizes for what purpose? For melting of ice. We know latent heat formula. So L is equal to Q by L. Q is equal to M into L is equal to 6 into K into A into theta 1 minus theta 2 into T divided by T. But they not given mass of the ice. Mass can be written as density into volume, rho into V into capital L. But remember here capital L is the latent heat, but better can I call it as small l, rho into V into L. Density mass is equal to density into volume into latent heat of ice is equal to 6 into K into E. So A value formula what? Okay, 6 into K into E into theta 1 minus theta 2 into T divided by D. So again rho volume can be written as area into length into L is equal to 6 into K into E into theta 1 minus theta 2 into T divided by D. Area value cancel. They are asking us to calculate what is the time taken for the total ice to melt. Time taken, how can I calculate? Which is given by rho into L into capital L divided by 6 into K into theta 1 minus theta. This is into D. Correct? So T value, that is the time taken. Can I substitute the values of density given as 0.9? All units are given in CGS system only. So our density is 0.9. L value, L is the length value 10 centimeters. Capital L value, what is the latent heat value? Latent heat of fusion value. So L value 80 calorie by gram. So then L into 80 into thickness is given by thickness value is how much? So the thickness of the wall it is 0.2 divided by so 6 into K value 0.0 into theta 1 minus theta 2 100 minus 0. So you need to simplify this. By simplifying you will get the answer for T. Can I write T here? So T value given by numerator so that is 0.9 into 10 into 80 into 0.2. Can I write it as 9 into 8 into 2. All zeros so decimals are cancelled. Divided by denominator of 6 into 0.02 into 100 over 2. 2 ones are 2 2. So then 3 table are 9 8s are. So that is given by what? So 72. 72 divided by 6, which is given by 12 seconds. What is 12 seconds? The total time taken for that ice inside to melt. Okay now, only the one point you need to remember here is, so ice will be escaping from the walls. That walls each thickness value given it as, so that is 0.2 and the y we taken here 6. If you not taken here 6 you will not get the answer because heat is escaping from the 6 phases. So due to that reason here I written 6. Okay now, this is the question number 5th one. Question number 7th one. So what is this question number 7th one is? The one end of a metal rod, length value 0.3 meters, area so 60 centimeters square, is in boiling water and other end is melting ice. If 0.12 kg of ice melted per minute, the coefficient of thermal conductivity of the material of the rod. Question number 7. They given one metal rod. So what is the rod length value given it as? The length of the rod is 0.3 meters. So L value 0.3 meters. Area of cross section value 60 centimeters square. 1 centimeter 10 power minus 2 meter. So 60 into 10 power minus 4 meter square. Okay, na? Then one it is maintained at a boiling of water boiling temperature 100 degrees Celsius. Other end they kept ice at what temperature? 0 degrees Celsius. So theta 1 is 100 degrees Celsius and theta 2 value 0 degrees Celsius. How much mass of the ice melted per m by t? So m by t value given it as 0.12 kg per minute. So that is time is given in minutes. Can I write into seconds? 0.12 divided by 60. So what can I write? Which is 12 divided by 600, 6000. 12 ones are 12 fives are. So what I get? 1 by 500 kg. This is the mass of the ice which is melted per second. Okay now? So 1 by 500 means that you can write. Is it okay now? So that is 0.12. How much mass of the ice melted given it as? 0.12 kg per second. That is 0.12 I put up. So 1 by 60 into 00. 2 decimals are there now. Then 12 ones are 12 fives are 60. That is 500. They are asking us to calculate what is K1. So what is the formula for Q by T? Q by T is equal to K into A into theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by Q value M into capital L divided by small t is equal to K into A into theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by L1. But all answers are given in SI system. So what is the latent heat of ice value in SI system? We have written the value is 80 calorie by gram. 80 calorie by gram. If you want to convert into CGS system, that is 80 into 4.2. 1 calorie is 4.2 joules. By gram value 10 power minus 3 kg, it will come to numerator. So it will become 4200. This is joule by kg. So that is the value of latent heat. From this we want to calculate what is the value of K. K value given by how much? K value is equal to M into capital A into small l by T into A into theta 1 minus theta. Okay now? Substitute the values. M by T value how much? 1 by 500 into L value given by, so 80 into 4200 into small l value given by, so what is the rod length? 0.3 divided by area of cross section given by 60 into 10 power minus 4. So into theta 1 minus theta 2 value given by 100. So simplify this. What will get the answer for K given by? K is equal to, this is 80 into 4200 into 0.3 divided by how much gram? So denominator is given by how many zeros are there? So here are 2 zeros, here 1 0, here 1 0. The total 10 power minus 4 or 10 power minus 4 balance. So 50 into 6, 5 3s are 30, I'll get 300. So 3 ones are here 0.3 is there. 0.3 means what I get? 8 into 4200 into, so can I write it as 3 divided by how much? 3000. So 3 ones are 3000. 2 zeros cancel. So then what is left given by? So what we will get? What is 42 into 8? That is 16 here. 24 but 256. 256 option on there. 256 by 10. That is what I get 25.6. In data somewhere, so that is what is the formula we have written. The formula everything is correct, but in data there in here itself only. So m by t value that is given very small, 0.12 kg, 0.12 kg per unit. So we'll get the answer here, 256 watt meter inverse and kVA. Okay now, I think they given the option 336. So once you also check this option, formula no doubt. So this is only Q is equal to m by A, and conversions also everything correct. L value 80 calorie by gram. So 80 into 1 calorie value 4.2 joules, that is 42,000. So remaining everything is calculated correctly. Okay na? So this is the question number 7. Next, question number 9. Important model question number 9. So what is the question they given is, a cylinder of radius capital R made up of material of thermal conductivity K1 surrounded by a cylindrical shell of inner radius small r and outer radius 3r made up of material of thermal conductivity K2. Important question, even JEE previously given question. So one cylinder is there. So what is this cylinder? Radius is given it as, so that is capital R. This thermal conductivity value given it as K1. Radius value is R. It is surrounded by one cylindrical shell. That cylindrical shell inner radius given, outer radius given. What about the cylindrical shell inner radius value? Inner radius is R. The outer radius value will be equal to 3R. Now the free ends of the both. So now both are connected, and that outer one thermal conductivity is K. So the free ends are maintained at a temperature how much? The two ends of the combined system maintained at two different temperatures. So this is theta1 and this theta. The first point you should get it, whether it is in series combination or parallel combination. It is a combination of two rods with the two different thermal conductivities and two different areas. What is the area of cross section of the inner one given by? So A value is pi r square. And what is the area of cross section of the outer one given by? Outer one area given by pi into, so 3r whole square minus r square. How will we get the area of the outer one? Outer one area given by, if you remove the area, total area of the outer one minus inner, you get the total area. Are you getting it? So A1 value pi r square, A2 value, so A2 value given by 9r square minus 8r square, that is 8 into pi r square. Now this is the parallel combination. How we know it is parallel? So free ends are maintained at the same temperature. In parallel combination, temperature gradient is same. So we know that in parallel combination, what is the formula? K effective formula for which combination? For parallel combination. We discussed this. For parallel combination, what is the formula for coefficient of thermal conductivity? Effective value given by K1 into A1 plus K2 into A2 divided by, so K1, divided by A1 plus A2. We derived this. Whenever the two rods are connected in parallel, can you remember? So in case of parallel combination, temperature gradient is same, whereas the total heat flow will be equal to sum of the heat flow across both. Total heat flow formula will be given by, so K into Kp into, so A1 plus A2. Remaining all are same, will be equal to K1 into A1 plus K2 into A2. From this we will get K effective value is equal to K1 into A1 plus K2 into A2 divided by A1 plus A2. Substitute the values of A1 and A2 value. So what I will get the answer? K1 into, this is pi into r square plus K2 into 8 into pi r square divided by, so pi r square plus 8 into pi r square. Then what I will get? Which is equal to K1. K1, can I take pi r square common? K1 plus 8 into K2 divided by, so that is pi r square plus 8 pi r square, 9 pi r square. I will write 9 pi r square. In denominator, numerator also I will take pi r square common. Pi r square cancel. So answer given by K1 plus 8 into K2 divided by 9. So this is the expression for K effect. Okay now, for this system, what is the effective thermal conductivity value given by this? K effective is equal to K1 plus 8 into K2 divided by K1 plus K. Question understood? So this is equivalent to parallel combination of two rods. Okay na? So question number 9. Next one. Question number 11. This is the question based on so formation of ice layer on a pod. We discussed this formula. So whenever the surrounding temperature is less than the 0 degrees, then what happened to the ice layer on a pond will keep on increase. So what is the question here they given is question number 11th one. Ice started forming on a lake with a water at 0 degrees, atmosphere temperature at a minus 6 degrees. If the time taken for 1 centimeter ice to be formed is 55 hours, what is the time taken for ice thickness to increase from 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters? Can you remember what is the time taken to form in order to form a layer of thickness x is given by the formula rho into L divided by 2 into K into theta into x square. So this is the formula where rho is the density of water, L is the latent heat of fusion of ice, K is the thermal conductivity, theta is the temperature of the surrounding, and x is the thickness. This is derivation actually. So then rho into L divided by K into theta, 2 into K into theta. Initially x value given it as so 1 centimeter. When x is equal to 1 centimeter, so time value given it as so 5 hours. T is equal to 5 hours. Then what is the so that is 5 value is equal to rho into L divided by 2 into K into theta. Okay, so this is the value of which one? Rho into L by 2 into K into theta will become 5 hours. They are asking time taken for increasing the thickness to change from 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters. Even that also formula written time taken to increase the thickness from x1 to x2 is given by 1 by 2 or rho into L by 2 into K into theta into x2 square minus x1 square. Can you remember? So what is the value of x2 here? x2 value is 2, x1 value 1. So then what will be the answer given by rho into L by 2 into K into theta into x square value is how much now? 4 minus 1. So what will be the answer for T? Rho into L by 2 into K into theta value 5. So 5 into 3, 4 minus 1, 3. So what is the answer is 5 3 is 15 hours. Understood? 15 hours. But only the one formula you need to remember this. Even if you want, we can derive the formula also. Okay na? Derivation not necessary. Even the derivation also can be derived by the method. So now actually what is there? Just roughly I will tell you. See once. So what is there here is of pod is there. So initially here is of water is there. Now what happened? Initially the thickness of the ice, let me call it as y. So what happened to heat is surrounding temperature is minus theta. Heat is escaping to surroundings. So water will be getting cooled. So what happened to the thickness of the ice layer? Increasing. How much rate of heat flow? Heat loss dq by dt value given by K into A into temperature of the water is 0 minus temperature of the surrounding is minus theta. So divided by what is the initial thickness value? Y. So this is the value of dq by dt. So which from this dq by dt value can be written as dq can be written as mass into L, m into L divided by T. So is equal to K into A. This value can be written as theta divided by 1. Okay na? So mass can be written as density into volume. So density into volume value can be written as A, area of cross section of the, so that free surface of the water is A. So So what is the thickness to be increased? That is E1 into L by T is equal to K into A into theta by 1. So from this we will calculate the value of T in order to form the thickness to Y. A value cancel. So what is the formula for T? T value given by, so rho into Y into dy into L by K into theta. This is the time taken to increase the thickness by Y. If I want to calculate the time taken to increase the thickness from X, so total thickness, total time taken if I want to calculate, so T value is equal to, here it is dt I should write. So here what should I write is dt. This is also dt. If I want to calculate the total time, I need to apply integration of dt. So integration of 0 to t into dt. By applying integration, you will get this formula. So T value rho into L divided by 2 into K into theta. There I called Y. Here you can take X. Anyone. Instead of taking Y, if I call it as X, so here also I should write X. Here also I should take X. So here also it is of X. Integration of X into dy. X square by 2. That's why denominator will get 2. So T value rho into L, 2 into K into theta into X. So this is the question number 11. Understood? Next, question number 30. So now remaining questions are based on thermal radiation. Thermal radiation questions are quite easy compared with the thermal conduction. Conduction questions are more important. In the sense, both are important, but conduction questions only bit complicated. In the JEE levels also, strong questions are asking based on the conduction. Radiation maximum questions are simple only, not much complicated. So then see the question number 13. A star behaves like a perfect black body emitting the radiant energy. The ratio of the radiant energy emitted per second by this star to the emitted by another star having, so 8 times the radius of the former, but Kelvin temperature is 1/4 of the former. There are two stars are there, which shape of spherical, star 1 and star 2. Okay, now both are acting like a perfectly black body. Both are emitting a radiation, thermal radiation. So then what is the relation they given is the radius of, so second star R2 value, if I call the radius is R1 and this radius is R2. Now what they are asking us to calculate the ratio of the radiant energy emitted per second by this star to that emitted by another star having 8 times the radius. So here R2 is 8 times the R1 and T2 temperature is, so 1/4 of T1, T1 by 4. That is the relation between the radius and temperature of two stars. They are asking us to calculate what is the rate of heat flow. Q by T formula given by E into sigma into A into, so T power 4 divided by what I get by M into S. For A star, both stars of same material na, so rate of heat flow M into S value not required. Directly sigma into, whenever the rate of fall of temperature will get M into S. So Q by T value given by E into sigma into, so A into T power 4. Then what I get, can I call it as capital E? So then capital E value directly proportional to A into T power 4. So what is E1 by A2? E1 by A2 value given by A1 by A2 into, so that is T1 by T2 whole power 4. So what is A1 value? Area formula. Spherical shape now, that is 4 pi into R1 square by 4 pi into R2 square into T1 by T2 whole power 4. 4 pi cancel. So R1 by R2 whole square, R1 by R2 whole square into T1 by T2 whole power 4. Right? So then R2 value is 8 into R1. So what is the value of R1 by R2 value given by R1 by R2 value given by 1 by 8 whole square into T1 by T2 value given by, so what will be the answer for T1 by T2 given by T1 by T2 value, T2 is equal to T1 by 4. So T1 by T2 value is equal to 4 power 4. Correct? 4 power 4. So then whatever the answer here is given by 4 power 4 is, so E1 by E2 is equal to 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 by 8 into 8. 4 ones are 4 twos. 4 ones are 4 twos. 2 2 cancel, 4 cancel. So what I get the answer given by 4 by 1. They are asking the ratio E2 by E1. So E2 by E1 ratio 1:4. Question clear? So this is the question number 13. After this, question number 15. So what is this question number 15? A spherical, a sphere and cube both made up of copper having equal volumes. One sphere is there, one cube is there. Both are made up of copper and equal volumes. So volume of the sphere is equal to volume of the cube. Okay? Sphere volume formula 4 by 3 into pi r cube is equal to volume of the cube formula L cube. From this L value given by 4 by 3 into pi whole power 1 by 3 into r cube power 1 by 3 value r. What they are asking us to calculate? What is the ratio of their rate of heat loss? What is rate of heat loss formula? So dq by dt value given by E into A into sigma into T power 4 by m into s. So we know this. Here that is, can I call this rate of heat loss is with the E? Then what are the factors? So here they given both are made up of same material and both are of same temperatures also. So what is E1 by E2 given by? E1 by E2 values are given by, so A1 by A2 into M2 by M1, inversely proportional to masses. Specific heat same, copper. Emissivity value perfectly black body, sigma value same, temperatures also same. So A1 for sphere area formula 4 pi into r square, A2 for that cube area L square. Mass can be written as density into volume. But they given volume of the sphere, volume of the cube, both are same. So this term will be cancelled. Then what can I write? 4 pi into r square divided by L square value, L value this much. So that is 4 by 3 into pi whole power 3 by 2 or 2 by 3. 2 by 3 into r square cancel. So you simplify this. So E1 by E2 you get pi by 6. In options there they get p, it is not p. In all options are in pi. So then pi by 6 whole power 1 by 2. That is the ratio of heat loss by which one? Sphere and cube. Okay na? This is the question number 15. Next, question number 17. So what is the question number 17 is, the energy being emitted from the surface of a black body at 127 degrees Celsius temperature at a rate, so 1 into 10 to the power of 6 joule by second. The temperature of the black body at which the rate of emission is 16 into, so that is rate of heat emission, 17 question. So rate of heat flow, if I take E value as Q by T value directly proportional to T power 4, that is directly proportional to T power 4. So what I get? E2 by E1 value T2 by T1 whole power 4. So what is the value of T2 by T1? T2 by T1 value is given by E2 by E1 whole power 1 by 4. Correct? So what they given? T1 value given it as 127 degrees Celsius. 127 degrees Celsius plus 273. How much I get? 127 plus 273, that is 400 Kelvin. Okay now, 127 plus 273, 400 Kelvin. What is the initial radiation emitted? That is 1.0 into 10 to the power of 6 joule by second. What is the final radiation emitted is 16.0 into 10 power 6 joule by second. They are asking us to calculate what is the value of T. Same formula. So what I get, but remember always you need to convert the temperatures into Kelvin. So then what I get, T2 by T1 is equal to T2 value 16 into 10 power 6 divided by how much around 1 into 10 power 6. 10 power 6 cancel, whole power 1 by 4. So 16 can be written as 2 power 4. 2 power 4 whole power 1 by 4. So 4 cancel. So what I get the answer for T2? T2 is equal to 2 into T1. So T2, 2 into T1 value, T1 value 400. So what I get the answer for T2 is 800 Kelvin. But options are given in centigrade. But remember, though options are given in centigrade, for solving, the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin only. Centigrade is the practical unit. Always conversion is compulsory. Then what I get T2 given by, so T2 value, so 800 minus 273. So what I get the answer given by 527 degrees Celsius. Clear? This is question number 17. Next, question number 19. What is this question number 19 is, a spherical black body with a radius of 12 centimeters radiates 540 watts power at 500 Kelvin. So question number 19, 500 Kelvin. That is, the power is nothing but a rate of heat flow, Q by 2. 450 power at 500 Kelvin. So then what is the initial radius R1? R1 value 12 centimeters. And what is the initial power value? 450 watts. What is the initial temperature value? That is 500 Kelvin. In this, if the radius is half and temperature is double, what does it mean? R2 value is R1 by 2. That is 6 centimeters. And temperature is double. So T2 value is, so 2 into T1, that is 1000 Kelvin. What they are asking us to calculate? So what is the new power value? T2 value. So what is the power radiated Q by T? According to actually here, what is the formula we have to write? Amount of heat emitted is directly proportional to 4th power of temperature. When I write the 4th power of temperature, so then what I will get the answer? Q by T value 4th power of temperature, it is inversely proportional. So answer will get more. Actually I can also write Q by T value or power value is directly proportional to T divided by R. According to Stephen's law, it is directly proportional to 4th power of temperature. But in generally we can also write it directly proportional to T by R. Then what I get? P2 by P1. P2 by P1 value T2 by T1 into R1 divided by R. So what I get? T2 by T1 value T2, that is 2 into T1 by T1. This is R1 divided by R1 by 2. So R1 cancel, T1 cancel. Then what I get? 4. P2 by P1 is equal to 4. Then P2 is equal to 4 into P1. This is 4 into P1 value 450. 4 into 450 is 1800. Then you might have asked, sir, why should not I take T power 4? When I take it as T power 4, here what I will get? 2 power 4. So when I get here 2 power 4 into 2. So 2 power 4 into 2, 2 power 5. 2 power 5 means 32. So 32 into 450 is you get Q's value. So in that 32 into 450 will not get option also. But remember, power value directly proportional to T power means power also directly proportional to T also. Even according to Stephen's law, so that is Newton's law of cooling, the rate of heat loss is directly proportional to the temperature difference between the body and the surrounding. Okay, Nana? So then we can solve it. This is a question number 19. So next, question number 21. Simple question. So they given a plot that is a graphical representation of wave black body intensity. Intensity is also called as amount of radiation emitted per second per unit area. How does the energy emitted by the black body? This is black body energy spectrum. How does the intensity value varies with the lambda? So you know that from this graph, according to Wien's displacement law, with increasing the temperature, the wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity decreases. So this is for the temperature T1, T2, and this is for T3, and this is for T1. Here it is lambda, which one M2, and this is for lambda M3, and this is for lambda M1. So from the graph, what is cleared? Lambda M1 is smaller than lambda M3 is smaller than lambda M2. According to which law? Wien's displacement law. According to Wien's which law? Displacement law. So what we know? The wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity is inversely proportional to temperature. Therefore, T1 value greater than T3 is greater than T. So this is the correct answer. T1 value greater than T3 is greater than T2. So this is the question number, which one? 21. Next, question number 23. So what is this question is, the wavelength of the maximum intensity of the radiation emitted by the star. So they given the wavelength of the maximum intensity. 23rd question. What is lambda M value? Is 289.9 into nanometer, 10 power minus 9 meters. Can I write it as 2.89? Can I multiply numerator and denominator with 100? So into 10 power how much? 2.89 into, can I multiply numerator with 100, denominator with 100? So because of the denominator decimal will move, 10 power minus 7. They are asking us to calculate what is the maximum intensity. E nothing but I nothing but Q by A into T is equal to how much? So this is also we call it E. So this capital E directly proportional to T power 4. Correct? Where T is the temperature. According to Wien's law, according to which law? Wien's law. Wien's displacement law. So what we can write? Lambda M into T is equal to V. Where V is the Wien's constant. Then what can I write? Lambda M into T is equal to B. So T is equal to B divided by lambda. Can I write that? According to Stephen's law. According to which law? Stephen's law. So what is Stephen's law? E value given by sigma into T power 4. E value nothing but I. Therefore, I value is equal to sigma. T value can be written as B divided by lambda M whole power 4. So then what will get the answer for I? So sigma value 5.67 into 10 to the power of minus 8 into B value, B's constant value 2.89 into 10 power minus 3 divided by what is lambda M value? Lambda M value 2.89 into 10 power of minus 7. So whole power 4. To simplify this 2.89 cancel. So after simplification you get answer is 5.67 into 10 power plus 8. This 10 power minus 7 whole power 4 means 10 power minus 28. It will come to numerator, that is 10 power plus 8 watt meter square unit. Question clear? So this is the question number which one? Question number 23. Next. Question number 25th. Which one? Question number 25th. And this is the last question for this class. And this is the last class for this heat transmission. Okay. So in the next class we will start a new chapter, thermodynamics. Question number 25. So what is this question is? A block of mass, a black body of mass 34.38 grams, surface area 19.2 centimeters, initial temperature is 400 Kelvin, is allowed to cool down inside a evacuated enclosure kept at a constant temperature 300 Kelvin. The rate of cooling is given it as 0.04 degree per second. the specific heat of the body, they are asking us to calculate. So what they given is a black body. They given one black body. So what is the mass of the black body? Is 34.38 grams. Can I write it into 10 power minus 3 kg? What is the surface area? Which is 19.2 into 10 power minus 4 meters square. What is the temperature of the body? Theta 1 is 400 Kelvin. It is allowed to cool inside it evacuated enclosure. One evacuated enclosure is there. It is cooling. What is the temperature of that enclosure value? 300 Kelvin. So what is the rate of cooling? Rate of cooling is nothing but so d theta divided by dt. It is not dq. D theta, rate of fall of temperature. So d theta by dt is given it as 0.04 degree per second. Okay, Nara? What they asking us to calculate is what is specific. What is the formula? D theta by dt is equal to E into A into sigma. So into T power 4 minus Ts power 4 by M into S. Can you remember? So d theta by dt, then it is given 0.04. So emissivity, perfectly black body 1, area value given as 19.2 into 10 power of minus 4, sigma value 5.67 into 10 power minus 8 into Ts value 400 power 4 minus 300 power 4 by denominator given by mass is given by 34.38 into 10 power minus 3 into S. Finding the value of S. S given by so 19.2 into 5.67 into 10 power minus 8 into 10 power minus 4. Total 10 power minus 12. So can I take here 10 square common? That is 10 square means that is 10 power 2 whole power 4 means 10 power 8 into 4 power 4 value 256 minus 3 power 4 value 81. So divided by how much? 34.38 into 10 power minus 3 into 0.0. To simplify this, you will get the answer for S is 1400 joule kg inverse and Kelvin. Okay now? So this is the question number 25 and this is about the chapter. So transmission of heat and so that is thermal properties of matter. The next class we will start new chapter which is of thermodynamics. Thank you.